Hello, everyone. So I'm hoping that it's going through this microphone. I've got this nifty little microphone right here. Hoping that the volume is going through that. So today I'm actually doing a live stream because not only am I testing this sucker out, but also I just want to talk about Avowed and some other video games. So let's talk about Avowed, shall we? I would say just forget everything you've heard online and just try it for yourself, especially since it's on Game Pass now. I went ahead and purchased the premium upgrade because I'm like, okay, I just want to hold on. I'm gonna switch my video over here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so in all honesty, yes, I paid for the premium edition because I wanted to play it early, and basically I felt like my TV and my Xbox were both shoving it in my face, and I'd been talking about it for a while. My wife was like, just do it already. I was like, okay, it's only $22. Screw it, I'll do it. I'm so happy I did. I really am. Because honestly, like this feels like a proper next gen, or in this case, current gen title. It really feels like a proper current gen Xbox Series X title. It's got gorgeous graphics because I've got that snazzy little LG OLED TV. I can play the game at 40 FPS balanced mode. I mean, it's a very pretty game. You know, everything from water reflections to the way, sun rays are caught on the leaves and everything else. Everything about it is just gorgeous. As for the writing, honestly, I think the writing is freaking hilarious. Anybody who's played the Mass Effect games will notice that Kai is actually the voice actor who played Garrus. And yes, he still has his signature, very dry humor charm to him. And what's also awesome is that the fact that I played my character's a war hero, it just kind of feels like, for me, I'm playing a war hero. I'm an Air Force veteran. Like in real life, I'm an Air Force veteran. I spent 20 years in the military, so I understand that frame of mind. I understand, what it means to talk to people like that. But also, when you're playing a war hero and you're talking to Garrett, I almost called him Garrus. When you're talking to Kai, you get that back and forth banter. That's just hilarious. It's one of those things where it's just great and it's not just him. I mean, every time you talk to somebody else and he knows them, there's that little banter back and forth that just makes you want to chuckle. you know Also, there's this strange thing going on with your character where basically, hello, I don't know if I'm being loud enough or not. I might not be. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah. Anywho, so I don't know. I mean, just that in general is awesome. I'm not going to spoil anything for you because basically shit goes downhill pretty quick and then you have to figure out things. But another thing that I love about the game is that unlike most games that Bethesda makes and even Obsidian makes, you can't pick up everything's nailed to the floor. Thank God. You won't. You won't have the instances of, oh hey, there's a freaking bowl or a plate on this table. Why don't you pick that up so you can salvage it for material? No, they don't have any of that shit. Thank God they don't have any of that nonsense. Hold on one second. I really hope that it's saying mute. It's going to mute. Okay, never mind. Anywho, I love the fact that you don't have to pick up everything's nailed to the floor. I love the fact that everything's deliberate. It's like you can find caches where you'll find like gold or different things like different items that you can use for crafting. I love the fact that they have a party campsite that you can go to do everything you need to do. You have a stash. You can actually do all of your metal work and whatnot there. Whoever's on your team, you can talk to them. Everything about that's great. I do like how they leverage Unreal Engine 5. I do. So if anybody who has watched Digital Foundry, they will notice that they will notice while watching the video that Digital Foundry stated that this was probably one of the best implementations of Unreal Engine 5 that they've seen probably since the latest Hellblade game. And for me, I'm watching this and I have a little, I don't know, maybe I've just got old eyes because, I mean, I'm got these glasses that have little magnifying parts in here because, when you're 43, almost 44, you can't bring things up to your face and focus on them anymore. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. Anywho, so where was I going with this? Oh yeah. Okay, so Unreal Engine 5. So I haven't noticed any pop-in really. The game does a damn good job of rendering things out in the distance and making sure that it's almost seamless. Because, like, I know that my game's operating at 40 FPS, but my eyes are being tricked, I guess you could say, to make it think like it's moving smoother than it is, which I'm all good with that. But I mean, just everything about it, they used Lumen, GI, all that nonsense. They used all of it, and it's great. You know, other than that, I mean, it's phenomenal. Combat is going to kick your ass. It really is. It's going to kick the living shit out of you. Especially if you're one of those people that's like, oh, I'm going to just run at these enemies. No, no, no. Especially when you get into some of these side quests that are, so the way they have it structured is whenever you do your quests, if you look at the quest and over to the right of the wording, you'll see these skulls. If you see 3 skulls, you're going to be dealing with enemies that are smart, capable, and basically they're hard to kill. Absolutely freaking hard to kill. And honestly, I mean, I kind of like that. For me, the combat feels weighty. It feels, I guess I would like to call it crunchy. You can actually feel sword swings, which is great. You can actually feel the impact in your controller. Also, I've noticed, like, I think it was last night, I was trying to find the cartographer, and I was facing these skeleton warriors, and I had to use a lot of magic on them, which magic in this game is phenomenal. It's like you have a gore mirror in one hand and a wand in the other, and all you do is you hold the L trigger, brings up all your spells, and you use one of the face buttons to use your spells. They have a cooldown, and all that stuff. Using your health potions and your essence potions are easy. You push up or down to use either one as long as it's mapped to that effect. The one thing that you need to be cautious of, though, is when you eat food in combat, they have this little countdown timer that goes on the side of your health bar. And the only thing I can gather is that they're like, okay, you're trying to eat during combat. You need to wait for that food to digest in your body in order to reap the rewards of that food. Because basically what will happen is you'll see your health bar where it's at right now, and then you'll see this red line extending to where that's how much it's supposed to be, like, after it takes full effect. I've noticed that while in combat, it takes forever to fill up. But the moment you get away from enemies and basically go, okay, so I'm not being attacked anymore, then it fills up it just fills up automatically. So I don't know if that's a game thing of, you shouldn't be trying to eat while you're in combat. This isn't Legend of Zelda where you can just like gobble, 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 you know, But yeah, combat's fun. It's engaging. It's hard. It's very hard, and I like that it's hard. Um, but yeah, I mean, everything about the game's been excellent for me so far, and I'm only a couple of hours in. I mean, maybe 3 or 4 at most. 4, yeah. I've already gone through the tutorial. I'm already at I'm already on the main continent and everything else. It's really good. Also, the game really does adapt to your choices, like really does. I made a choice early on. Well, actually, I think it was last night. I made a choice last night that where basically instead of just killing things that are infected. I try to heal them. And you can make that choice. And it really does affect the world around you, which I love. But I mean, that's really all I got to say about it for right now. I mean, I I'll maybe do a review on it. I'm not sure because I wanted to do a review on Plucky Squire. I really wanted to do a review on that because I love that game. Also, if anyone actually decides to watch this after the fact of me publishing it, because I am live at this point, if you happen to watch my Astrobot review, I just want to say thank you. I really do, and I'll tell you why. Because that review took me a long time to make. It was the first time I'd ever done a review of that magnitude. Like, it took a lot of work. Everything from, because I don't have a capture card. I haven't bought one yet. I don't even know how to fucking use one. I really don't. However, when it comes down to it, I found myself on my PlayStation 5 a lot, playing different levels a lot, basically saving the gameplay and then transferring it from my PlayStation 5 to my PlayStation app, and then downloading it to my iPad, and then shifting it over to my MacBook. And then from there, it was okay. What do I want? What do I want to keep? What do I want to get rid of? And it was a long ass process. It really was. It was one of those processes that I've never gone through. I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want to do a review, but how do I freaking do it? And honestly, it kind of clicked, And it's funny because I went through several rewrites of all of the different sections because at first I'm like, okay, I'm just going to watch the video and I'm going to talk about it. That didn't fucking work. Well, then it was, okay, and this was my wife's suggestion because she's like, you needed more structure. And I was like, I do need more structure. I started writing out the reviews and then reading the review and then pasting it on top of the gameplay as B-roll footage. And there were instances where I felt like I was reading it, and instances where I felt like I was just like going off script, but it was a good kind of going off script. I felt like there were parts that felt like I don't want to feel like I'm reading it. I don't want to feel like I'm just rambling the words off. I want it to feel like I'm actually like passionate about this, which I was. I was very passionate about it. But then something happened. I think I was just thinking about it and going, I can read this stuff and still add my own stuff in and also make it to where it feels authentic. So I did. So I went ahead and watched some of the every time I wanted to do a section, like for instance, the graphic section, I watched some footage, and then I would just talk about what I watched and try to fill it in with little things here and there, But I do realize that, and I'm pretty sure my live stream now is not being picked up by this sucker. I think it's a thing with Google. Google's being stupid. So I'm hoping I'm loud enough. If I'm not, then so be it. Anywho, I did realize, and this was only after, so I published the video, and then me and my wife sat down and used the YouTube app on our Apple TV to watch it on our Apple TV. Everything was good up to the point when we decided to start watching the sound and music section. And honestly, I've got bad hearing. I really do. I didn't even have my hearing aids in. I still had a hard time. Even my wife had a hard time actually hearing all of it. And that's when she was like, we finished watching it and she was like, okay, everything was good except for the sound and music section. And I was like, I understand that now. I understand that people are going to watch this and go, what the hell is he saying? I can't hear him. She was like, you should have either done something with like the volume, because she's like, it sounded like the music and sound effects in the game were battling with your voice. What you should have done was made it to where it's like, if you're gonna talk, make sure the sound's lower. Just do it somehow. And it made me remind me, I've watched the video forget who it is. There's this guy I've been watching. I can't remember his name. But I've been watching his videos on how to actually do DaVinci Resolve because that's how I did my video. I actually put it all together in DaVinci Resolve, did all the transitions and blah blah. Well, there's a way that you can learn how to actually phase the music in and out so that your voice isn't battling with it. And I need to watch that shit. I need to watch how to do that because yeah, it was bad. I mean, the video itself, I was proud of it. I was proud of the video. I was proud of it. I'm glad it's getting so many views. I'm a small YouTuber who's got less than 20 subscribers. I'm not expecting it to blow up. If I get 1,000 views in a month, awesome. That's great. If not, then, I'll deal with it. I just keep on making content. Like right now, I'm making this content, which I realize there's nobody on the live stream, but I'm still going to talk because, hey, it's cathartic. Yeah, for those of you who don't know what the word cathartic means, it means that it feels like a release of sorts. It's almost like therapeutic in a way. It feels like I'm getting things off my chest. So there's your ACT word for the day. Go me. Anywho, so yeah, I really enjoyed making that video. I really did. It was a big learning experience for me because the last video review I did on video game Omni Moonshot can't even be considered a video review. Let's face it, I did a shitty job on that. Shitty, piss poor job. I should have done more. I really should have. I should have done another playthrough, and the second playthrough should have been focused on just doing a review. I mean, I wouldn't have minded playing through it again. It's an excellent game. But I mean, yeah. So I enjoyed doing it, and I'm thankful to the people who have watched it so far and the people who have yet to watch it that will at some point. I'm thankful for that too. Other than that, so I've talked about Avowed, I've talked about my video. So I'm gonna do this review, but I just want to talk about it first. The Plucky Squire. If you can get it on any freaking platform, get it. For God's sakes, get it. Okay. This is how I describe the Plucky Squire. Because I'm gonna try my best to keep spoilers out of this video, but I'm just giving my initial impressions of it, even though I've already beaten it. Imagine playing a storybook game in motion where the villain has decided he doesn't want to play by the rules anymore, and he flips everything on its head, and you've got to deal with it. That's what this storyline is. You've got this guy named Humpgrump who is tired of the way the storyline's going, tired of the infinite loop that he's in, and he does something about it. That's all I can really tell you about the story. Graphically, it's gorgeous. The team behind the game really knows how to do animation very, very well. I'm talking extremely freaking well. Okay. They have, I don't know if you could call it mastered, but it's almost as if they had an entire team of animators who animated all the characters and then gave the animations to the programmers and said, these are the animations, program them, which is probably what happened, but it's just a simple fact. It's gorgeous. It's one of those games where when I first saw it announced, my first thought was, oh, I can do this. I can play this. And then I fought the urge to download it for a couple of months, actually, because it's free on PlayStation Plus for PlayStation Plus memberships. I'm like, screw it, why not? And I honestly just, I don't know. I honestly just felt like when I started playing it, it automatically grabbed me. And I was automatically like, this is a special game. This really is a special game. Granted, the combat's simple. If you played Legend of Zelda or any other top-down game or anything like that, the combat's simple. You got short attacks, you jump, you move things, you do special, secret, magical shit. It's your basic sword fare. for a kid like game. So the combat itself is easy. I mean, it's simplistic because I mean it was geared towards kids, but honestly, I mean, let's face it, I'm an 80s baby and a 90s kid. I grew up on animation, dude. I grew up on it. I grew up on Disney and anime and all that shit. So when I see a game where you've got these animated characters on the storybook, I'm like, sign me the fuck up. Seriously, sign me up. Like, this looks great. And it was fun. I mean, I blazed through it. It was great. But yeah, that's my next game. I'm actually trying to get the video all put cobbled together so that I can actually, you know, do the review, which I'm not thinking the review is going to be almost 15 minutes long like my Astrobot one is. I mean, this one's pretty basic, simple stuff. But yeah, I mean, I need to drink the water. I'm gonna learn how to get my microphone to work with this damn thing. Anywho, but yeah, I mean that's my next video. It's just gonna be a thing of just getting it done. Between trying to sell our house, all the nonsense that's going on in the world, my wife not knowing if she's going to be teleworking or anything else. Everything's up in the air. So I try to squeeze in some time to do these videos and to try to work on my stuff. Also, I'm going to be working on Thursday. Yay. I've got my substitute teaching job secured for Thursday. So I'll be teaching some middle schoolers. Yeah. Me teaching middle school. I never thought it would happen, but here I am. It's great. It's actually pretty freaking fun. But yeah, I mean, other than that, so for any of you out there that have a Switch and you're still loving those old school games, do yourself a favor. If you have NSO, get yourself an N64 controller off the Nintendo website and play Ocarina of Time. Please, for the love of sweet baby Jesus, play Ocarina of Time. It is an excellent game. I played. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that did a thing. Yeah, I've never done the live reactions. Connection is unstable. Wait while we try to connect. Okay, I'm waiting. Schmer? Waiting? Yay, it's stable again. Woohoo! Anyhow, I say anywho a lot. I'm sorry. So, yes, play Ocarina of Time. Please play it. It's an amazing game. I played N64, GameCube, 3DS, and now the version on the Switch. And I am pleased. And playing with the N64 controller definitely helps because it definitely gives you the authentic experience. Because if you try to play that game with a regular Pro controller, the right stick, you have to train your brain to not flick it in any general direction unless you want to use an item. And that's why I decided to get the N64 controller. So I don't know if there's anything else I really want to talk about. I mean, I think I've talked it all out. But I know there's no one on right now, but if you see this stream posted online and you decide to watch it, give it a go. With that, until next time, later.